All right, guys, welcome to the Haven. We are here for the Andrometa AMA. Just a reminder, AMAs are never endorsements. This is a chance for our community to ask questions, and nothing you hear on this channel is financial advice. We have Mr. Booyah representing the team. Booyah, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Achilles, and thank you also Dumbledore. Thanks for having us, and thank you everyone for being here. We're excited about sharing our project with you guys. So I'm Booyah. I'm CEO of Andrometa. I've been in the crypto space since early 2021, and by the end of 2021, I decided with Balutsky, our COO, to bring something cool to the crypto space. Kind of taking different features that we like to see in projects and kind of making them our own, and create a safe and good project that will compensate investors well, and that they'll be able to hold for long term. We want to make this project as bullish as long term as possible for people. So we've been working on this since like I said, the end of 21, December 2021. A lot of things have been accomplished, and we're getting closer and closer to the launch day. Finally, it's been a long time coming. So I kind of wanted to have guys that I respect a lot in the space, guys that I trust with my life, and that I've been the closest to, and that are really bringing their talent, and everybody brings their own flavor to the project. So Balutsky is our COO. Balutsky is actually a real life friend of mine. So he's been with me on this since day one. Balutsky, if you wanna introduce yourself, say hi.
Hey, Booyah, thanks for the introduction. So yeah, as Booyah was saying, we go back way back, and we've been sharing a lot of projects as far as investors in it. And we finally, decided to sit down and start brainstorming some ideas into launching our own thing, and brainstorming for several months, trying to get the proper thing set up so that we can make something, something that's going to be there long term, something that's going to benefit investors, and something that's going to be that's going to be above and beyond what people see on a daily basis in the BSC. And yeah, I'm glad I'm working with this team. It's been an adventure, and I'm glad that we're just around the corner of launching this project once and for all.
Absolutely. Thank you, Balu. Um, Next member of our team is Jedi. Jedi is one of the first people I met in the space. We've been close ever since we met in a private group back in I believe February or March 2021. Balutsky is kind of my right hand in the space with everything I do. He's a marketing expert in real life and in crypto. He has a lot of connections. He has amazing ideas, and knows how to make a project successful in terms of marketing. He's been working with a lot of different projects, and I've seen it all in the space. So I'm really happy to have Jedi alongside us for the project. Jedi, if you wanna say hi.
Yes, what's going on, guys? Thank you for the introduction. Thank you very much. Sorry about that earlier, guys. My laptop died on me, so I'm on my cell phone now. But good to be here, guys. Like Booyah said, marketing's my thing. Was deep in marketing outside of crypto before I got into crypto. So I definitely want to bring my chops to the scene. Definitely have a lot to offer. We'll get into marketing later. I have 8 pages of a schedule, I guess, of a plan what we're going to be doing in the next 3 months. So it's very extensive. It's going to be very much different than what you see in the space. It's not intensive on Telegram callers and Twitter callers. It's actually just like an additive. I think that's the best plan for our marketing. So we'll go into that later. But yeah, this is me. I'm in Texas, United States. Nice to meet you all.
Awesome. Thank you, Jedi. Next member. Sorry? Okay.
Jedi and I have been for a long time. It's a pleasure. Always.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. You too, man.
Awesome. Good stuff. Next member of our team is someone that I've been also in very close communication with for months. I've seen his work on other projects, leading communities, being there for people, always so transparent and knows how to really deal with people. He's a people person. He knows how to engage with communities, keep communities active, lead a team of moderators, make sure that everything is under control. And of course, he's a mind in the space as well. So, his role goes beyond being a community manager. He's part of the decision making of the project as well. Amo is our community manager. So Amo, if you want to say hi.
Yes, I will. Hello, guys. I'm Amo. I'm currently situated in England, in the UK. I've been in the crypto space now for about 2 years. I started off as an investor, just the same as everybody else. I found my niche within, the community, being an active member. Transitioned into, voice chats and kind of like found my calling, really. That's what it kind of like led me on to being a moderator for the group, and then from moderating, went into being part of projects, went into a couple of projects, few decision making, roles in there, and just being an active member within projects, and just shot calling at times as well. What more can I say? I'm 39 years old. I find myself to be a people person, as Booyah said. I like to try to listen to what the community has to say, interact with the community, try to lead by example, set an example, make sure moderators are on point at all times, making sure all the information is correct, etc. I'll touch on that in a little while during the AMA if anybody needs to know about anything that I do. But yeah, that's me, Amo. Thank you.
Thank you, Amo. Awesome. Last but not least, Hafid. Hafid is like a big brother to us. His experience in crypto, his strategic mind, the way he approaches project. He knows how to set up projects properly. He knows how to, impact a project a positive way, and make sure that everything goes according to plan. Always strategizing, always coming up with creative ideas to uh, help the project. So Hafid kind of comes as an advisor to Andrometa. So Hafid, if you wanna say hi.
Hi guys, hope everyone is fine. So we are so happy to be here with you in Ashil group. So I have been in the crypto space since 2014. So I saw Bitcoin when it was in $200. So I have a good experience with in the crypto space. So I am with Andrometa team. I work behind the scene, like we say, and like I told you, we are so happy to be here with you in this AMA.
Thank you, Hafid. And I just want to say there's no one else than these guys that I would want to be a part of this with. So I think our team is fantastic.
That's right. I'm so happy to meet all you guys. All right, so give us a rundown of the project, if you will. And I see Jedi's muted again. Jedi, you're unmuted.
Absolutely, it's Jedi's time to speak as well for introducing the project. So Jedi, if you want to take it away.
For sure. So honestly, the idea behind the project, like we said, inception was way back in 2021, before this crop of the market. It's very simple. It's safe, passive, consistent income, consistent revenue. That's what we want for our holders. We don't want to promise the world. We're trying to under promise, over deliver. If you look at the project, there are 4 contracts, right? 2 on BSC, 2 on Ethereum. There's the smart contract for the token, smart contract for token staking. There's the NFT and the NFT staking. So it's actually, the contracts were created not by us, but our team, elevatesoftware.io. And these are professional developers. You can look at the projects on their website, look at their portfolio. They've done millions in market cap. They know what they're doing. And you see when we do our audits, actually, that the code for our contracts is created from scratch, line by line. It's not a copy paste. So those are all the looking on BNC and reading contracts. You're gonna love it. It's fresh. So that's what we're doing. We really got a team of specialists doing. I'm doing marketing. We have the developers, the professionals doing that. The designer we got professional as well. And you get a taste of that as well when you're in our community and seeing who's on VC throughout the day and all of that. But just to say that we're trying to be different in the space. We're not doing something that's just kind of hype focused or copying what people are doing it just to do it. That's why we're not offering things like a play to earn game that nobody plays. The NFTs, you'll be able to earn with them. Once we launch the NFTs, you'll be able to stake them instantly. So all of our holders, a lot of people are on BSC and they want to get introduced to Ethereum. And right then and there would be a perfect bridge, right? Because we're going to be gifting a lot of the NFTs to the holders on BSC. We're going to be using a lot of the funds we generate on the NFT sales to fund the staking pool on the BSC side. There's going to be a bit of an ecosystem that we're building out. And you just kind of have to sit with us for the ride. It's a lot, but honestly, it's pretty simple. Again, safe, passive, consistent income is our thing.
Excellent. All right. And give us a general rundown of, what we can expect over the next few weeks. What's your launch date? What are your tokenomics, your token allocation? And I'd love to know, you guys said you've been working on this for a few months. What is since last year, what was the inspiration behind this project?
So, like I kind of said earlier, I have my own little community. We do AMAs and stuff like that as well. So we've seen all kinds of projects, and even the guys here with me, they've worked on other projects as well. And we've seen all kinds of different teams, different kinds of utilities, different kind of marketing strategies. Some work a little bit, not, some are not as efficient. But we kind of took what we like to see in projects, what we think is the best for long-term, a long-term project, to excite investors, to compensate investors, and make them have some kind of good return on their investment. And this is, we kind of took what we like to see and made it our own, with our touch on it. So I'm very excited. Of course, like you see the little kind of meme aspect to it, but there is utility behind Andrometa. So far the feedback has been awesome, and what we're trying to build and accomplish here. But yeah, Jedi or Balutsky, if you want to expand on that.
Yeah. So, as Buya was saying, we've been brainstorming for a minute on this project. We've been going back and forth into ideas and assembling also the right team to take this project forward. We started off on random calls. Since Buya and myself, we've known each other for a very long time, basis, here and there, life in general, and we started brainstorming idea about doing a project. We came up with different ideas. Then we started with a meme name. Then we came up with a better name. That's how we brainstormed to come down to Andrometa. Afterwards, we start thinking about what we could do with that project. So we wanted something to go long term and something to give people to give people passive income. So this is why we opted for the staking pool platforms, and to launch NFTs with also a staking pool platform. And obviously, we're going to be developing much more down the line. Nothing to be disclosed at this moment because we're still brainstorming what would be the right path, and we want to adapt also to how the it's basically progressing. Like the network keeps changing. There's a lot of stuff that keeps adding up. There's a lot of ideas that come up. Some expire, some stay good. So we're working on that closely. As far as your question in regards to the tokenomics, so we did want to keep the taxes not too high, but to make them also in a way reasonable, so that we could also fund majorly our marketing wallet. Uh, the growth of the project, is based on marketing itself. So it's really needed that we have the much funds possible throughout the way.
And with that being said, just to jump in here real quick, what have you guys raised already, and what will you be raising for this project?
Pardon me?
What have you raised already funds-wise, and what do you plan on raising?
Yeah, so I can take that one. So we wanted the Achilles for us. The one of the first thing we settled on, we decided is to not go the pre-sale route and not deal with a launchpad at all. Reason being is that you do whitelist competitions, you do this, you do that. Of course, it kind of creates a little bit of hype behind it, but ultimately you have no control over who's investing in your project, right? We want to treat this like a company, right? We know who's in, we know who's out. And of course I'm speaking about our early investors. So what we decided to do, although it's not a secret, it's a little bit harder to raise funds privately in a private sale manner, but we decided to go the private sale route. So at the beginning of the year, we did a private sale of 150 BNBs. That was the first private sale we did. The max contribution was 2 BNBs, and it filled in a matter of hours. And then we decided to do a second round of private sale, and that one we raised 85 BNBs for the second round of private sale, and the max contribution was 4 BNBs. So the second round of private sale is vested. We're doing 50-50, so 50% at launch and 50% 7 days later. And one important thing to note is that all those people are people we know, are people that are excited about the project. There are early investors. They're the first one that believed in us and in our project, and they've been super patient with us. Everybody's super excited. We're in a private group all together, and everybody's keeping the moral very good, and everybody's super excited. So this is way better than just going with a pre-sale and not having control over the pre-sale platform, over the launchpad, and over the investors, right? So that's kind of the approach we're taking, and we're going to treat this as a kind of a fair launch when we're launching.
Okay, I know this is kind of a complex question, but how many holders are you guys going to have on launch? So, just doing my math off the cuff here, I guess the minimum amount you can have is 95. How many contributors did you have to the private sale exactly? And what will your starting market cap be also?
I could take that, Booyah.
Yeah,
I could
sure.
take that. We're actually just preparing the full list for both rounds of all the contributors from the private sale 1, private sale 2. I'm on it personally myself right now. I did not narrow down the exact number of holders, but it will be clearly shown on BSC Scan as all the tokens will be airdropped. But it won't be it's not going to be a huge amount of holders right from the get go. We did make it in a way that we not selective in a way that we handpicked who we're giving the private sale to. However, it was really started word to mouth, and it's through people that we know that have been seen on other projects and that have shared in conversations with Booyah and Jedi also and myself. And we know that these people are known to hold down, not the type of people that are going to jump in and dump right away. Obviously, you never know what to expect. And this is also a reason why we are, so as far as the market cap goes and the LP, out of the funds raised, we are looking to put anywhere between 100 to 150 BNB in the LP, so that we have a cushion over there. in case of anything whatsoever. But remind you that the second round people are half vested at launch and for 7 days, second half released at launch. And for what we're projecting on doing for the staking pool as of launch, creating an APY of a greater percentage than on regular basis, simply to incite people to stake their tokens right from launch and to benefit from this promotion. We have projections in mind that we should have most of our private sale investors to jump in on that, and also the new investors are going to be buying at launch to benefit from this promotion. For those who are familiar with staking and for those who know that kind of process, as far as market cap goes, we're looking anywhere between 300 to 400,000 market cap, depending on the number of BNBs we're putting in the LP, more or less around that. That should be our starting point from there on.
Great. All right. So, I mean, let's move on to utilities. You kind of just touched on it. So you guys have staking live at launch. What else is this project about?
So we have the token launching with the staking of the token at launch. This is going to be on the BSC. Afterwards, we have the NFTs that are going to be launching about 4 weeks after the token. We are working along the side of our designer to get all the trades completed. Things are moving pretty much forward pretty fast. We're getting set for the coloring part and all that, and then we're going to set up the contract that is already in preps. It's just missing the traits and all the stuff regarding the NFT collection so that we could put it on there. After the NFTs are launched, which the NFTs will be launched on the ETH network as opposed to BSC. Reason being is also because people are more familiar to NFTs on ETH than on BSC. I find that they make a much more success ratio than NFT projects on BSC. I honestly, and based on community feedback, this helped us to lead to that decision. So the NFTs will be launched on ETH, and their staking pool platform will be launched on ETH also. The staking pool platform should come also within 3 to 4 weeks after the NFT launches. So this will give us time also to sell out the NFT collection in total, and have people be prepared and hyped for the staking pool to be launched. With the funds that we're going to be raising from the sales of the NFTs, we'll be funding our staking pool wallet for the rewards contribution for the people that are going to be staking their NFTs from the get-go, so that they're going to be rewarded in ETH. Most probably, since we're going to be trading in that, we're going to keep it as is, and that's for there. And we do have a projection in line to do the bridging towards ETH for the token also, so to have the ETH version out, so that we could have people from both ends be able to benefit from the token side also. So for the people from ETH that don't really do work on or do investments on BSC, they'll be able to benefit from that. And for the people on BSC, will be able to trade on BSC, and it will give an experience also for the people on BSC to touch on Ethereum based on this project that they're already invested in. And we do have projections in line for the taxes of the token on ETH to compensate the project of the project version on BSC, so that people don't think that we're leaving out the project or whatsoever. Our focus is going to be on everything at the same time and not on only one network.
Okay, and forgive me, I think I missed this myself now. So the ETH portion of it, I understand the NFTs, but what about the token? When can we expect that?
We haven't projected exact time for the token. It will be for sure after the staking pool of the NFTs is launched, so that this way at least we create our hype for Andrometa on the ETH network with the NFTs, and then we'll start promoting the token. It won't take us too long to put the contract in place, since it's going to be the same type of contract that we're working with on the BSC, just on a different network. As far as that goes, we just want to give our 100% focus on the BSC side, make sure everything goes well, make sure everything is marketed properly, push it from there, and then give or take. I would say the way we're looking at the roadmap and the way we were discussing it is, if 4 weeks after launch the NFTs launch, then 4 weeks approximately after that the staking pool launches, I would go with the same time frame approximately to launch the ETH version to launch the token version on the ETH network.
And do you guys have a plan of doing like another raise for the liquidity, or is it just going to be self-funded?
We are in talks about that. So since we had of good solid investors that jumped in on a private sale for the for the BSC project, we would be leaning maybe towards that. Obviously, obviously once everything is launched on the BSC and everything goes with our marketing push and everything goes well, and we show people what they are expecting from our end as far as growth and as far as consistency on how we're developing this project, how we're marketing this project, it will incite people to want to actually jump in on a ETH private sale type of thing. We're not too fond of doing public pre-sales because sometimes pre-sales, they end up like, a lot of people end up dumping launch or whatsoever, as opposed to if we have this base of private sale investors that have been part of Andrometa on the BSC and that they've held the foundation of the project. They haven't sold, that they've been holding and staking and taking advantage of it. More likely, we would want to give them the opportunity since they have held the time with us. Some investors have been invested since the month of January, February, if I'm not mistaken. And we're in the month of May right now, and they still buy us, and they still believe in us, and they're still excited about this project, and they're still in conversation with us on a daily basis. So we will be giving those people, if they stick along with us the way that they're sticking along with us right now, the opportunity to be part of it. But we are going to discuss other options, maybe into presenting some new people the chance to be part of it if they like the experience of the BSC and want to be part of the ETH part. We're not going to raise a tremendous amount. We're going to most probably aim for the same thing in fund wise, something around the same thing. We're aiming for the BSC, maybe a bit more, so to have a better LP on the ETH network, since obviously we're talking different values. But these are going to be in talks. We're going to be figuring those numbers out and those ideas out more down the line when we get closer to starting that part of things.
I think that's a fair answer. All right. Talk to us about, so 300K is a pretty substantial market cap to launch at, but we're always worried about bots. What is your development team like?
Booyah, do you want to take it or you want me to answer that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I got the question right. I'm so sorry. If you want to take it, Balutsky.
Yeah, sure. So the developer team that we're working with is Elevate Software. Elevate Software is mainly a team of 3 guys. Their website is elevatesoftware.io. They have worked on numerous projects, some notable projects that have done tremendous amounts in term of market cap. They are very professional, very accessible, but hands down, like the best team that we could find to work along with, trustworthy people also. So they have built from scratch. They didn't fork our contract similar to other projects or whatsoever. They really built the coding of our contract from scratch, which shows to how much they're devoted to what they do. We do have a meeting with them scheduled for today or tomorrow. Not too sure. I'm going to double check. But these are the pointers that we're going to touch on. Our measures to prevent ourselves from being botted from launch. So this is very important. Obviously, for this type of launch, it is a must to have all these aspects looked into before we do launch. And they do have a plan in mind. They come up with ideas of their own to share with us at some points. And as far as dev goes, they know what they're talking about more than us. It's their language. It's their coding. So we are going to implement something to prevent bots from coming into this project and ruining this launch for sure. Those details will be looked into and will be shared with the community. That's before launch or on the same day as launch, obviously before we do, so that people understand what are the measures we're taking and what are the steps that are going to be done and how we're going to go by it. But as far as the developers go, you can look them up and you can look all the projects they've worked alongside with. They're very well known. They're very good, and they're still developing. Obviously they're open to working with. A lot of people are looking and interested in working with them as their names keep growing and the demand is there too.
Balutsky, it's elevatesoftware.io. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Perfect. Yeah, you guys can check them out. We're also featured on their website, so you're gonna see our nice logo on there also.
We're gonna have so I don't know if Booya mentioned the beginning of the call. I'm not too sure if I missed that or not. We are updating a lot of information on our website. Some contents on the website is being adjusted as we had some changes that were done in the past weeks and days that we wanted to get updated. So we are adding also their profile pictures on there with the link to our website. We're adding also other links to other partnerships that we have. We're updating some information. Our white paper is being rewritten also. So mind you, this white paper was written of a couple of months ago, was updated once, and now when we're closer to launch, we're really updating that white paper to be complete and informative to a point that there's nothing misinformed on it, and everything is accurate as being spoken about. So those changes should occur on our website within hopefully the next 48 hours, more or less, working alongside with our web developer to complete all of that as soon as possible so that everything is up there and running.
Great. I mean, it seems like you guys have really done a decent amount of work on who you're working with. One thing that concerns us, though, is any team, right? One person being in control of things is never something we want to hear. You guys have multi-sig wallets attached to the funds.
We have been asked that question. So this is we do like community feedback and feedback from people who have experience. It is something that came to our attention. So it is something that people address to us. As far as the multi-sig contract, basically, we haven't really got into that conversation as far as us, as we're so focused mainly on the project and making sure everything is set in place. I know for investors' point of view, they prefer that to happen. Now, initially, like I said, we started brainstorming this idea, Booya and myself. Booya and myself, we go way back. We know each other personally. We've lived in the same city together. We hung out. We're friends at the end. So we've known each other. And by being the foundation of the project, we'll be the two main guys that have access to basically the deployer wallet and all that. As far as the developer goes, they will be assisting us. They will have a certain type of permission that we will allow to do with them or whatsoever along their side, if it's necessary. So if everything can be guided and we can do everything that and without having to give them any, not because we don't trust them or whatsoever, it's simply for investors' point of view so that they know who's in charge and that there's not too many heads or whatsoever. But if, let's say, the community votes that a multi-sig is a must or whatsoever, and it actually makes people more at ease as that on that or whatsoever, we could consider doing that. That's not an issue. But like I said, as far as the main people that will have access, it's the main two. It's myself and Booya, which we are CEO and CMO and COO of the project, and will be dealt by there.
That's great. All right. At least there's a plan there. That's a big one for us. Talk to me about your initial marketing plans after launch. The most critical time.
Jedi, you gonna take this one?
Oh, that's so your thing, brother. Go ahead.
Yes, I can get into that. So initial marketing plans, and I guess future marketing plans. We discussed a little bit when I was talking. We want to do it a little bit differently, or a lot differently than the projects you see in the BSC. So we're not going to lean on Telegram calls and Twitter calls. There would just be a small part of our full campaign. I'm myself a marketer, studied biomedical engineering, but when I was working corporate, I actually was just building out e-commerce stores and studying marketing and loving that. So I know what converts. I know how to conversion optimize and do copywriting, all of that. So it's going to be like brick and mortar marketing. It's going to be traditional marketing, things to kind of solidify us long term, like SEO, getting us called different reputable, BSC and Ethereum publications. BSC Daily. We're going to do Bazinga Spaces on Twitter. So things like that. We actually already contracted with a, like I said, brick and mortar live marketing agency. They have 3 different live businesses in Europe, elsewhere, but ninjapromo.io. You can look them up and look at their past projects and who they've worked with. They're going to be managing our social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, Medium, YouTube. They're going to be managing them 24/7, and they're also going to be managing our communities. Telegram for now, 24/7, but in the future, Discord, of course, with the NFTs and the Ethereum bridge. So here we're trying to cover our bases. We're not going to be wearing multiple hats. We're going to be having experts and specialists do what they do. Because as you know, there's always somebody who does something better than you, always somebody who knows more than you. So the way to grow, the way for longevity, the key is delegating and letting those people do what they do. So that's what we're doing here, and you're gonna see that. So in marketing, you're gonna see us everywhere. We're doing an AMA tour now, trying to get the word out and grow organically. But from there, we're definitely gonna be doing social ads and AMAs on different other places too. YouTube, Twitter, as you mentioned. So we're trying to be very, very worldwide in our marketing. Everything's gonna pan out.
I like that. And do you guys have, so you talked about Discord, you talked about Telegram. Do you guys have an international community set up for non-English speakers?
We do. We're adding to it daily. Right now, if you go to our Telegram, I believe we have about 3 other different communities. And the thing is, as people come in, they come and they say, hey, I speak this language, and that's cool. We try to find other people of that, and then we create a little sub community for them, set up mods and everything. We just want to make sure that it's done properly and the foundation's there, so we don't have like a rogue, group and have someone sending some random links. So, but we definitely want to build out a full community like that, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I can, if you allow me to expand on that, Jedi, I am working with the community leader from Turkey. He's an expert in Turkey marketing. So he's been, building our Turkish group. We have about 300 people now, if I'm not mistaken. We just announced a partnership this morning with the Ducks Gem Club. They will be handling the Chinese community. We have access to tons of different Chinese groups. We're gonna get some mods from them as well to take care of the Chinese channel. So the Chinese community is a part of what we're doing here, and we want to make sure that we have that set up, and as many eyes as possible from the Asian market as well. And we also have an Arabic community set up at the moment with about 100 members. Yalla Habibi. And so we're just we keep every day we keep adding and adding to what we're doing. So like I said, the marketing partnership for China just happened this morning. So who knows what's going to happen tomorrow morning.
Guys, I think you rendered me out of questions. That's a solid presentation. All right, real quick before we jump to the community, though, give me a 1-minute reason why I should buy your coin.
Who has the best voice? Jedi, go ahead.
Okay, I'll step up to the plate. 1 minute. Like we said before, safe, passive, consistent income. That in and of itself is the goal for people, I think, in investing. And that is the key and goal for wealth. Having money while you sleep, something that you can invest in, and it makes on your investment. And so that's what we're doing. We're not trying to over promise, under deliver. We're doing the opposite. Everything that we said we're doing, we're very transparent, and you can see us making good on that. No other project I can launch in the space. I know that as a professional marketing agency and a professional development agency, and on top of that, the guys outside of that, me, Buya Balutsky, we're great. So it's a very thorough team, and you're going to see results with that when we launch.
That's a pretty fire answer. All right, let's jump to my community here.
Achilles, do you mind giving just 1 minute to Amo, just so he can talk a little bit about like what he's doing with the community, because I think that's an important aspect of what we're trying to do.
Guys,
if you don't mind, of course.
Of course not. Please.
Thank you, brother. Amo, are you here, buddy?
Let me make sure he's unmuted just to see if there's anyone who I missed. We're okay. Yeah, everyone's unmuted.
Oh, he might have jumped out. Crap. It's okay. It's okay. I think we can get to the question. I just wanted to hear from him because the way he's making things happen in the community and everything. He's working with the mods and everything to have the project properly set up and everything. But all good, Achilles. We can start with the community questions if you want.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one comes from Bull Rider. Bull Rider asks, would you consider delaying the launch if the market does not improve? Not gonna lie, today feels like Black Tuesday kind of thing. Like this is a rough day for the market. I've never seen BNB this low. And with that being said, I've seen a few bear markets in my day. There are still on-chain projects that move. There's just less of them. But does the market current state of the market affect your guys' confidence in launching this project?
Well, that's a very good question, and because we've been building this project for so long and we've worked a lot on it. Obviously, this is a consideration. We don't want to force things if we don't need to, but at the same time, we kind of had the goal to launch next week. However, the community is everything to us, so we're gonna be taking their feedback and everything that we're doing. The community can have a say on it, especially our private sale people that have been so patient for months. It's important for us to also ask them the question about how they feel about the current situation. So definitely, it's something that a lot of projects are doing now, delaying pre-sales, delaying launches and stuff like that. Definitely something to take into consideration. We're going to talk to our communities, to our investors, and amongst ourselves and kind of see how things go in the next few days and make a decision.
I think that was a very thorough answer. Okay. Next one. Kimba, do you want to just ask your question, buddy? I'm a little confused to how to word that.
Wait, I'm gonna get out in my room because wait for a while. Okay.
Hey,
So
buddy.
here's the thing. Yeah, what's up? So here's the thing. Typically, I saw your private sales, and they are like 50% increase from difference from launch, and 25% and 15%. I understand that you have like that you know those people who are included on those private sales, right? But this is crypto, and we cannot actually provide 100% trust in everyone. So, do you have like a? I mean, I've been in different private sales and have like a 10% increase, but they are still dumping. Do you have like other than like giving us a trust that you know this person, a feeling of like assurance that it will not dump at launch or something like that? And also, yeah, and also, I think it's 7 days, and it is like it is stated. Do you think that people will be panic selling at the time that it will be unlocked at the 7 days or something like that?
That's a good question. That's a good question, Chimba. And I just want to start before Balutsky and Jedi go ahead. One thing for sure is that nothing is for sure, right? If everybody building projects knew the exact way and could foresee the future, everybody will be millionaires, right? We had tireless conversations. We had so many meetings about how to approach this, but we do feel confident that we have enough in place in order to avoid this. And between you and I, Shimba, do you rather have a 500 BNB pre-sale, not knowing the people on there, and not being able to control any of those people? The thing is that we with our 8 pages marketing plan, with everything that we've been putting work towards, with the close communication we're having with the private sale people, and also with the staking aspect of it, which is super cool because we're gonna give a 3-day promotion at launch for people that are staking. So the APY is gonna be greater for 3 days. So if you decide to stake your tokens, you're gonna get a higher APY. So a lot of people are gonna be wanting to do that, right? To increase their token. With all those aspects, it would be just silly for people to sell. And by the way, we're not shy. It's not in our tokenomics or anything, but we're not shy of doing any buybacks at any point if we need to as well. We're not going to be shy with the funds. We're going to do what's good for the project. But Achilles and Shimba, it's there's no perfect way to go about things. If there was, every project would be doing the same thing. You know what I mean? We can only control what we can control, and I think we have enough in place in order to avoid any kind of bad thing happened at launch or a week after or 2 weeks after. By the way, Jedi's marketing plan goes months after the launch, so we have plenty in our pockets. I hope this answers the question. I don't know if Jedi or Balowski wanted to expand on this.
I got a question. I've just seen your white paper, and it includes your comics.
Junior Musk, we're just going to make sure that the previous question was answered, buddy, and then
Okay,
I'll
sorry.
call you in a minute, man. Not a problem at all. Thank you, bud. Jimbo, that answered everything?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. I'm hoping for the best, and it's really, really good. I think only we can only have like one question, right? So
yeah, buddy, just because we only got 10 minutes left here. Thank you, Shimba.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Musk, go ahead.
Yeah, so the thing is, your website includes 10% of distribution of your total text, like 5% for your marketing and other for team and development. Right. So what will be a basic text distribution? Because it's 10% buy and 10% sell, right? So what will be a basic text distribution? And is there any projected APY that you guys are projecting on the initial basis, a number or something? And yes, you guys are actually aiming for staking in the future, right? So my the only doubt is with so much amount of tokens going into pre-sale, private sale, and all the things. So is there any supply that you have actually allocated for staking for ETH or any other chain you guys are actually going for bridging?
Like we said, there's a lot of things being modified on the website, so there's no pre-sale allocations or anything like that. We're modifying that information now because we took another route, but Balowski can expand on this.
So basically, just to give you a heads up, as far as the website information, like we had just said, there's a lot of details that are going to be changed. The distribution percentage that we projected for pre-sale, for private sale, have changed. Obviously, we went with no pre-sale at all, so that percentage already off is already right there. It's xed out. The percentage allocated towards private sale is less than shown on the website. We are adjusting the numbers. I'm currently on it as we speak to give the exact percentage of our total supply that is towards the private sale investors. And obviously we're going to add a percentage for PancakeSwap for the LP, and then afterwards whatever is left we will be keeping about maybe 5 to 10% for future listing exchange listings, and the rest is all going to be allocated towards the staking pool. We want to have the maximum token supply available for our staking, so that the staking pool can last for as long as possible. And we do have a plan in mind that we're working along with our developers for continuous expansion of the staking pool platform while we're working on it, and while things are moving forward. And when the supply starts getting lower and lower, we have a backup plan for that. As far as the APY for the staking, we are figuring out the numbers right now because we do want to do a promotional period. And obviously, we are thinking for investors, but we are thinking for the projects also. We do not want to hurt the project by going and saying, okay, we're going to give 600% APY for 30-day staking, 1,000% APY for 60-day staking, just to get everybody on board and start staking. And then we'll hurt ourselves when these tokens unlock and these people start dumping or whatsoever, because everybody, even the smallest investor, will want to take advantage of that. We are going to figure out the numbers within the next 48 hours. Those numbers are going to be locked in place as for what they will be for the first 3-day promotion. Now, considering market conditions right now, depending on what the decision would be once we go out, reach out to our community, to our investors, and what would be the proper idea to do if we hold on to see when the market stabilizes, or if we do launch at a market as low as what it is and give the opportunity for people to benefit from just taking at a greater percentage and not having to look at the chart, not having to think about anything, giving the time for BNB to recuperate. And as you know, since our project reflects on BNB, if BNB goes up, the value of your token goes up. So there's pros and cons, and what our decision will be based on to what we'll do with the market being as so. But we will definitely update you guys on the percentages of the staking for the promotional period and for the normal period times, and it will be shared with you guys to give everybody the opportunity to be able to see and to weigh their options on what they want to do. If that answers your question.
Yes, that actually explains the whole situation. And one more thing, like you guys are coming up with staking pool and an NFT staking, right? So are you gonna come up with your own dashboard or your own UI thing on the tech part, or are we going for any third-party individuals to go for the staking part? And
No,
one more thing, like yes, just one complete. And regarding the NFT launch, like will NFT be only ETH or BSC, or it will be all the cross-chain platforms that will be including in? So that's from my
Yeah,
side. Yeah.
so everything is being done by the Elevate software team. We're working with that team for every aspect of what's being constructed in terms of platform and stuff like that. When
we're not using Booyah, we're not using a third party. We're doing interface. We'll have our own dashboard. Everything will be done. Everything will be linked and done through our platform. You'll be able. That's where everything will be very user friendly. Also very easy to see and to follow. We will be sharing a visual of the interface. Once it's all, we're just adding a few things to it just to make it complete for what we want. Also, the compound and harvest to whoever wants to withdraw, whoever wants to re-add to their staking, as far as their rewards goes. So we will be sharing that, but we will be using our own interface. And for the NFTs, they will be launched on the Ethereum network. It's basically this decision was taken based on community feedback, and also for the success ratio of NFTs. Like I said earlier, you see much more success in NFTs being launched on Ethereum than opposed to BSC. We would consider we did take that into consideration, and this is why the staking also will be on the ETH network, and that will bring an advantage also when we do the bridging for the token when it's launched on the ETH network also. Sorry, Booyah, could go ahead if I missed on anything.
Oh no, you answered perfectly. I'm not sure if that answers your question, Musk.
Yeah, it's just totally answered all of my questions. So thank you. I'm looking forward to the session. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ojo, go ahead.
Yeah, so my question is this, so many projects just like they like to speak on the long-term vision and mission. So, but what are your short-term objectives? What are you focusing on presently? And also, what are your plans to increase demand on your tokens, and also the scarcity of the tokens,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's okay. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, I'm gonna lead the rest of the answer, the rest of the question to Jedi. I just wanted to say one thing, as opposed to what you just said, Ojo. A lot of people look at long term, and long term. If you base yourself on what we stated from the beginning, everything that we are discussing on our project is really for the commence of the project. We haven't disclosed any information on our long term visibility and what we are working in the back end for the long term of this project. We're really talking about what we're doing now and what's going to be available now, and when we say long term, we're talking about 5-6 months down the line. Everything that we're talking about right now is basically within the next couple of months down the line to maximum 3 months down the line. As the token will launch, the staking will be there. The NFTs will launch a few weeks after, and then NFT staking will launch a few weeks after. For my point of view, that to me is short term. What we have in mind for long term vision is down to come, and how we're going to progress into keeping this project moving forward, and what we have in plan. This comes down to our CMO Jedi marketing plan that is not similar to any other marketing plan that you guys would see. We're not going cheap on expenses as far as who we are hiring to get the best results possible. And Jedi could cross those details with you guys just to give you an idea of what we have for the short, for now, what we're talking about. Much details down the road. Even our roadmap does not go as far as a year down the line or 8 months down the line. We're really right there. Everything is within a few months reach.
Right. Yeah, and I think Barutsky answered this well, and also I can expand a little bit on this. You know, the short term, what we're working on right now is making sure that we follow our marketing plan. Right now we're on a AMA tour, as you can see. We've done, I think, 5 AMAs in 3 days, and we have the schedule pretty full for the next few days as well. Building our communities, making partnerships, you know, discussing with our NFT designer, you know, making sure that, you know, we have the NFTs as we want them. Talking to our devs on a daily basis, making everything, you know, get ready for the launch, you know, website, all this stuff. So a lot of work needs to be put in, but you know, we're tackling everything, and that's why it's so important for me to be surrounded by such a good core members. Everybody knows what they're doing. Everybody's tackling their own things, you know, to do, and yeah, Jedi, I don't know if you want to do something else. Or...
I mean, you guys pretty much summed it all up. I will just say for everyone listening to think back to, you know, when you've been in a project before, you know, good or bad, whether it was at the high point or the low point, but there was a point in that project. If the project had a good team, you know, good, you know, devs and marketing and all of that, no matter how the project was faring, you're like, man, if these guys just kept on going, I know this thing could be good, you know, eventually. Because in this space, it's very rare, honestly, to get a safe project, safe team, and one that's done professionally, one that's not rushed or, you know, cut corners. And that's what you have over here. And you see the fact that we have a marketing agency already ready to go, handling our stuff 24/7. The fact that we have professional devs handling our contracts, ones that have, you know, a record of multi-million-dollar market cap coins. So it's not, you know, us kind of gambling or trying to see how we could do it, or, you know, hey, I want to try to be a developer, let me copy paste a contract. It's none of that. So it's a much higher chance of faring well. And just think about it, you know, there are dumps that happen in stocks and crypto. It's just, it's name of the game. It goes up, it goes down. But remember that when inevitably, sometimes it does go down. Sometimes when people take profit, you know, the chart goes a little bit red. Remember, look at it as an opportunity to take and add to your bag, because ultimately we're not going anywhere. We have a long roadmap, and we're going to be transparent about delivering and all the things we said. So it's only up from here.
I love it. All right, guys, we're just about out of time here. If you have any closing comments you'd like to keep on the recording, please, now's the time.
Yeah, Jedi or Balutsky, do you guys have any closing comments? I know Amo didn't get to speak also, so any of you guys?
Yeah, I just want to say I've not been very vocal in this AMA, but I've been listening in. Some really good points being made, but obviously people will always have, you know, doubts, expectations, etc., etc. I think, you know, if anybody does have any, you know, questions or, you know, kind of like queries, right? You can always join our TG. Just be aware that, you know, our white paper and our website is not yet complete, right? So there is going to be a few details that are going to be changed, as was mentioned earlier on. But that's going to be here in a couple of days, right? So everybody's going to have ample time to study it, get to grips with it, and then ask their questions on our own TG. I'm always around. Booyah's around. We've got a team of mods that are always on point. That's the way I like to keep it, right? Because that's my role in this. I like to keep kind of like a friendly space within the TG. So everybody's welcome. You know, mods are on call 24 hours a day. VCs are going to be open from the weekend onwards, right? For most part of the day, just to hang out. We're going to have some competitions. You know, we're going to play a few games, maybe. You know, there's going to be some cash for grabs. You know, it's all going to be fun and games ahead, basically.
I love it. Guys, thank you for being here. Thanks for doing such a thorough job explaining everything you guys have. I'm going to end the recording now, and we are going to move on to our giveaway.